Hi, my name is Masha Sedova. I live in San Francisco, California. I'm originally from Moscow, Russia, although my family now lives in Boston. I work for Salesforce.com. I work on the trust team, which for other companies would be the security team. And I do a lot of security awareness training communications. When I first went to school, I knew that I wanted to do computer science with a focus in computer security. So a lot of the things that I studied in school were computer security focused. So I did forensics, penetration testing, social engineering classes. And so right out of school I went and I did work in forensics, computer security forensics for the customs. And after that I went to a defense contractor by the name of Northrup Grumman and I did cyber vulnerability research. I did some consulting for a couple of years on the side after that, and I've been with Salesforce for about 1.5 years now. My father was a programmer, so I knew early on that I wanted to be a programmer. But interestingly enough, my grandmother was also a programmer. I was born in Moscow, as was my entire family, and my grandmother was the second graduating class in the USSR that ever got a degree in computer science. So she was one of the first programmers, not just female programmers, but one of the first programmers, period, in the USSR. And so my grandmother actually taught my father how to program, and my father taught me how to program. He helped me with a couple of my exercises. And actually having a role model or a mentor, someone that you can really turn to and say, hey, could you help me? I don't quite get this, is really helpful. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a parent. It could be a teacher, it could be another older classmate, but someone who gets you through those moments of doubt. But I found that my father and my grandmother were really great role models that actually got me into this field. One of the best parts about working for a tech company, especially in San Francisco, is that no 2 days are ever the same. It's a little bit like putting out a fire sometimes, because, especially in computer security, because my job changes all the time. I often respond to security vulnerabilities, security threats, or incidents. If someone clicks on a phishing link and downloads a malicious virus onto our network, my day involves putting out a malicious virus on our network, educating the user, making sure that they don't click it again. Maybe it's reformatting the hard drive of the infected computer, and that would just be a small snapshot of what a day would look like. Other days, there's a couple of day-to-day stuff. It's working through building some really cool programs that help automate the way we do business, making it more efficient. The things that I really like about my job here is that there's a lot of flexibility and creativity. So it shows up in not only work hours. We have pretty flexible work hours. If you work better in the morning, you can come in early in the morning and leave early. If you work better in the evenings, we have a lot of people on our team who come in at 10, sometimes 10:30. Right? You get to sleep in and then work in the evenings. But I also like the flexibility of solving the problems that really matter to me. I get to say, this problem really resonates with me and I'm uniquely capable of solving that. So my job and my management gives me really great freedom and resources to solve the problems and the issues that really matter to me in a way that I feel like I can uniquely contribute. Undoubtedly, there are a lot more men than women in computer science now, and when I was in school. I would probably say it was about 20% women in school when I went through school, and right now my team is about 30% women here in the computer security team here at Salesforce. Salesforce as a company is about 30% women as a whole as well, which as far as the tech industry goes is on par or better. I think we can absolutely do better, but I absolutely think that it has to come from our school. I think it needs to come from an earlier age. I think interest in mathematics and computers should start in middle school. I think girls need to be fostered and encouraged and say, way to go, that was great. You should try your hand at engineering as much as any other field as well. But I also feel like girls shouldn't limit themselves. Just because no other girlfriends that you know are doing this doesn't mean that you can't do it. I've been finding this to be an incredibly rewarding career. There is just not enough experts in computer security specifically, but in computer science, I think that having a diversity of opinions and perspectives is one of the strongest and most valuable things that we can do in this industry. And from that perspective, we absolutely need more women, because women just will see a problem set differently than men. Not better and not worse, but just differently. And that type of diversity will get us to better solutions, more elegant designs, new features, new capabilities that would just not be possible without different perspectives. I really love standing up for women and being often the only woman at a table full of men. I find that to be a personal achievement. It says, I've done something that very few women have, and I want to lead the way for other women to do it. So I spend some time mentoring and fostering other middle school girls who might be interested in technology. But what I can do is take personal accountability and ownership of my own experience, and in my life, get more women to the table. And so that's how I've seen it as a source of strength and not as a detractor. I see it as validation that I have achieved something. I've raised the roof a little bit higher for women in technology. Your smartphone wouldn't exist without computer science. The internet wouldn't exist without computer science. Your computer wouldn't exist without computer science. So imagine a life without any of those things. So without computer science, businesses would be nowhere that they are today. Programming is not easy. You don't go into this because it's a walk in the park, but it is also so very rewarding. And so if I had to offer advice, I'd say you're gonna get stuck, and we all get stuck at different points in our lives with different projects, and don't let that be a reason for you not to do this. If you are capable and intelligent, you can absolutely do computer programming. There's not a specific mindset or specific person that can or can't do programming. It's just whether or not you set your mind to it. And if you get stuck, take a break. Take a step back away from it and learn to ask for help when you need it, because we can't all solve everything all the time. So just know that it is a difficult field, but it is so very rewarding. And the opportunities that computer science, a degree in computer science, and those skills will enable are just astronomical. And most of the careers that you could probably do with a degree in computer science don't even exist yet. And isn't that exciting? Most of the technology that you're going to build with a degree in computer science doesn't even exist yet. Apple, your Pebble on your watch. Salesforce is a 14-year-old company, right? When most of my colleagues were in high school, this company didn't exist. So you're preparing for a career that doesn't even exist yet. You're building the future. And that's pretty exciting, but it's also going to be challenging.